My name is Nancy. I was born in Bloomington, Illinois, February 23rd, 1931. Barbara, she was 10 years older. It was great. She was the greatest sister, and the age between us didn't seem to make much difference. We became the best friends, and particularly after we both had our spouses. We were inseparable. As a child, I enjoyed playing basketball, badminton. My mother had been a teacher, art teacher. Her artwork did not rub off on my sister and me. I can't even draw a straight line. My dad and I were very close, and he was just a sweetheart. He was city clerk of Bloomington, Illinois for over 16 years, which was he had to be voted in, and they just kept voting him in. And then we moved to California, and he retired. When I was 14 years old, we moved to California. I loved California weather, and I've lived so many different places. I went to the University of Southern California. I studied business and secretarial. I met my husband in 1950 at USC. It was Bill Lewis. That was my first husband. We were married 30 years before he passed away with heart trouble. We had 2 sons, but my other son, the younger one, passed away in 2004, like his father, with heart trouble. I have Gregory Lewis is my oldest one, but we call him Greg, and my youngest son was Stephen, and they were just a year and a half apart. Boys are lots of fun, and all their friends would call me Mom and call my husband Dad, and they'd spend the time at our house so much, and we enjoyed having them there. Yes, he was. He was with an oil company, Standard Oil, which later became Chevron Oil. So we were up there for quite some time, and after he passed away, I remained for a number of years because I had a wonderful job at the construction company. We lived in the state of Washington, in Bellevue, Washington. We lived in California, in Bakersfield, and Taft, California. We lived in Oregon for a while. He lived there longer because I had the boys and we had to go back to Washington for them to go to school. But and he worked in Alaska, but I didn't go to Alaska with him. And then in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, we lived there quite a number of years. Yes, he was in the military. Yes, he was a Navy. I worked for the city school district in Bakersfield, California for a number of years, on Mercer Island at an insurance company, and in Calgary, Alberta, Canada for another insurance company. My last job was 10 years with a construction company in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. My husband was transferred to Calgary, so that's why I got there. Yes, to a friend who I had known the family for many years. In fact, his wife, who passed away, had been my brother-in-law's sister, and so my sister and brother-in-law got us together, and we were married for 10 years before he passed away with heart trouble. His name was Herbert. Yes, I have 5 grandchildren, and I have 8 great-grandchildren. It's lovely, but they all live elsewhere. 2 of them live up in Northern California. Some live in New Hampshire, and others live in Arizona. It's fun being a grandmother and a great-grandmother. You can play with them and have fun with them and send him home. No, I married him in Alabama. He was with State Farm Insurance Company in Alabama, and he had 2 daughters who I had known. They were younger, of course, and I knew them at an early age too. And I knew he and his wife because they were in the family, sort of, but we lived in Alabama. Both husbands were wonderful. They were both such gentle, kind, wonderful men. They treated me very, very well. We had 2 great marriages, even though they were both fairly short to me. One I was married to for 30 years, the other 10 years. So I didn't even make a 50-year together. I was playing a lot of bridge at one time and loved bridge, and now I like bingo. And I have called bingo for quite a few years where I used to live, and used to do the casino trips, which I had to organize every month, and I had about 56 that I took, and I loved the bingo and loved the casinos. Then I ended up in the hospital a year ago, and I haven't done much casino or I play bingo here. That's about my hobby. I used to like to work in the yard. I lived with my son and daughter-in-law for a while, I guess about 2 years. It was hard for her to have to take care of me. They could never leave town or do anything because of me. So I suggested we part and I find a place like this. and I've been very happy here. Well, with my second husband, we went to Hawaii a couple of times with my sister and brother-in-law with a group of people, about 30-some, on a golfing vacation a couple of times. We traveled around, the states here with both of my husbands. I've done that. Did a lot of traveling, just short little trips though. I went on 2 cruises with a girlfriend of mine. I loved golfing. I forgot to tell you that. Yes, that was one of my hobbies, but I had to give it up because of arthritic problems. I do love to watch golf on TV. I've enjoyed life, and I did enjoy being married. And as I said, I had 2 wonderful husbands, and I have a wonderful family. Everybody is wonderful here. All the girls, I just love them. I want to adopt all of them. I never had girls, so I really love the girls here. They've just been so nice. It's been a pleasure living here. Oh, I love the staff. This is a nice place. I've lived in several other facilities. They were all independent. This is the first assisted living place I've lived in. Boy, they really do assist you. I really recommend it.